Hey there, Robert Wallace, back in action. I want to go through, the law of attraction when you're trying to apply it, when you're trying to get prayer to work. There's multiple things that keep people back from succeeding. The biggest thing that keeps them back is their split attention. They spend most of their day tending to worry, attending to the concerns of the world, worrying about things that have little to nothing to do with their spirituality, their goals, or practicing the mental practices that need to occur in order to get the results. And that's actually number one on my list here of the three things, three powerful secrets of the secret, if you will, three powerful secrets of prayer, if you will, the law of attraction, and that's obsession. It's a scary word for a lot of people. Obsession is akin or synonymous with the word passion. And if you don't have a passion for a thing, there's not a very good chance that you're going to have the kind of success that you're going to want to report on. Without passion, you might get a result, but it'll be mediocre maybe. Without a passion, the details will slip by and the quality will be degraded. But when it comes to these higher level spiritual pursuits, without a passion, you really can't get anywhere. Okay? This world, yes, without passion, I can kick this table over and I can get that result. But if I want to achieve something real, it requires passion, because anything like that is going to require a lot of time and effort, and your patience will wear thin when you don't see an immediate result. But if you hang in there and you hold on to all of these understandings of the things we're talking about, hold on to your mind in terms of patience, in terms of love and expectation, and so on, eventually you'll get a fruit. But that means, and I recommend when you're praying, pray, ask God, please, help me become A, obsessed with you, God. B, when you look at an idea or something you're going to pursue, determine. If there's something you want to do, determine you're going to become obsessed with that. Also, you're going to put some passion into that. It's going to require everything you've got. It's going to go along the fastest that way. It'll be the easiest that way, and you'll get the best result that way. Without passion, you're going to have a slow route. It's not going to be a great product, and it's going to be more it's going to be an uphill climb. The second thing is definitions. What we call what's happening to us, what we call into our lives, and the way we call it into our life. So if I want to call an experience into my life, I can define everything around my life, A, through gratitude, positively or negatively. I can say my current state of affairs is negative. I don't like where I'm at, and my life essentially sucks. And you can say that on all sorts of levels, and what you're going to get is actually more of that. So it's important that you reframe that and say everything is good. I love what's going on. I love how much or where I'm going. I love where I'm at. And then when you're asking, let's say, to go to a certain place or do a certain thing, it's going to happen a lot faster, because you're already coming from a place of contentment, and then your request, wants to fill a content person, because it knows it's going to be accepted. It's going to be the person's going to be grateful for it. It's got a home in you and in your life timeline. Because all things are transient, right? So it's just for a moment. And number 3 is your expectation. So this goes back to the whole, if you think something's not going to work out, especially right after you ask for it. And now when we're talking about asking, it's as simple as saying, God, please give me, please bring this into my life, please help me, so on. It's really that simple. Of course, beforehand, it helps to cultivate a relationship with your spiritual deity, i.e. God, because that is the one who's fulfilling it. And if you're just going to God asking for things when you want them, you're not really going to have the tools or the mindset or the wherewithal to make that communication go through, have that faith that it's going to happen, or believe that you're even being heard or worthy of being heard. Who likes a fair weather friend? Who believes that God doesn't know that they're just there asking for something, that they have no intention, however, of doing any of the things that will truly make them better, or that are truly being expected of them by God. And so once you have all these things in place, then it makes sense to expect a great result. Before that, it's a little foolish to accept a great result, because there's nothing there that says it should happen, other than you howling into a void, into a vacuum, saying happen. So that's pretty clear, concise 3 tips: obsession, definitions, and expectations. You put your passion into it, you call everything the way you want it to be, and then you make sure everything is verbed in a present tense, and then your expectation, should be backed up by reasonable understanding of your relationship with the one who gives it, and then it will appear. So there is your 3 tips for today. I can't guarantee you 3 tips every day, but I can tell you I'm going to give you a knowledge and understanding whenever I see you that's going to help you become more successful. One more thing, since it occurs to me, and I'm sure I'll end up talking about this at another time, is make sure you do your own personal study. And that is, you can watch all the videos in the world, which they can help. You can do whatever you want, but if you're not instilling this information through personal study and reflecting, how does this apply to me in the past? Where has this happened? That's when you start to anchor that stuff through your experiences into your life, and you're actually able to grow internally in wisdom about this information. So I spent many years hearing it, trying to apply it, but the more that I was applying it, the more that I was studying and applying, particularly through reading. I find reading to be much more effective than just hearing something. I think you retain a lot more through that interaction, that internal dialogue at your own pace, than you do through just listening to somebody like me spout stuff off at you. So make sure you're also studying. All right, thanks.